right. So hello, Tricia, Tasha.
Hey, sir.
How are you guys doing?
We're doing well. How about yourself?
Fantastic. Just counting my blessings.
Counting your blessings.
So are we. Yes.
It's a wonderful thing to do. We should have some high numbers if we're counting our blessings, right?
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Well, welcome to the Twins of Media Live. It's such an honor and pleasure to have you with us. Of course,
it's an honor to be here.
Yes, as we mentioned to our viewers, we are talking about the image that you created along with your assistant Bria Goeller, and it is the image of Kamala Harris and Ruby Bridges that has gone viral, especially after it was announced that Kamala Harris was the VP elect. And we want to ask you actually a general question that you probably hear often, but what made you couple those two iconic figures together? What was the whole concept behind putting Kamala Harris and Ruby Bridges together?
Well, I was stepping outside of the box, but from an African American man, I wanted to empower Kamala Harris. Okay. First off, I was already doing satirical designs based upon the politics of the day since number 45 was elected in 2016. So I was doing, items. I don't know if you've been to the website, You're in Danger Girl, when he signed the executive order with the Muslim ban. I did when I saw that patriotism was owned by certain people and others weren't considered patriots. I came out with a shirt that said, I'm not anti-American, I'm just anti-stupid.
Okay.
I came out with a lot of, funny shirts that people enjoy wearing and buying because I was testing them at all the different protests, the Me Too movements, the here in the Bay, there was a lot of protests going on at the time. And I had just returned from the Virgin Islands. So I said, I gotta contribute since I wasn't able to vote in the last number of elections. So, but I didn't like what was going on. So I said, let me do this, for Kamala. At least we can empower her and make people feel good. But then as I began to dig deeper into the image and working with Bria, first thing came to mind wasn't Ruby Bridges. It was Barbara Jordan, Shirley Chisholm, Harriet Tubman, different, persons or people in our history that were powerful and undeniable leaders in our community.
Okay, awesome. Now, Mr. Jones, a lot of people see this image as a sign of hope. So what do you want the takeaway to be with this iconic image?
Well, I wasn't prepared for the younger generation to latch on to it and understand the image or learn more about the image being Ruby Bridges because they really didn't know.
Yeah.
But now there are a lot of searches on the photographs and what took place back in 1960 because you don't really see the version of those incidents done by Norman Rockwell. You don't see it because it's not really a pretty sight to see. And I'm only 4 years younger than Ruby Bridges. So those things are very vivid in my mind as a child. Okay. Most importantly was the Emmett Till, because we used to get Jet magazine. So, the Emmett Till, the busing, the 63 race rides and so on. So, I mean, it was part of my history. And I saw how the last First Lady was treated. I said, no, this is not going to happen with Kamala. At least I'm not going to allow it to happen. We have to have empowering images. And I was just trying to get a step ahead of the media.
Okay.
To empower people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Love that. Now, speaking of Ruby Bridges, have you had the opportunity to communicate with her about the image? We
haven't communicated with her directly, but I've noticed all the interviews that she's done and her Twitter responses has been very positive. Okay. We've been in touch with their foundation because we want to help raise some money for a foundation, the Ruby Bridges Foundation. And so far, I mean, we're going to send them a whole bunch of shirts pretty soon because one of the board members says that they're all supportive of what we're doing. And so is the Norman Rockwell Museum, due to the fact that we're bridging yesterday and today with an image and empowering.
A very powerful image.
Yes.
And what do you say, how do you redirect the energy of people? Because sometimes you do, when there's an image shown of a political figure, and sometimes it doesn't have to be that we're delving too much into politics in as much as it's a simple message, hope and kindness and all kind of different things. But how do you redirect the energy for those that cannot understand maybe a Caucasian woman helping you create iconic image or maybe just getting a little bit too political in itself? How do you redirect that energy?
Well, I don't have a problem with it because I'm not a true artist, but I'm a satirist, and I laugh at my own jokes. So I have to bring the artist to where I am, because it they tend to not want to cross that political line. I have to have the right artist that we can develop a symbiotic relationship, and she or he can feel where it is I'm trying to go with what I have up here.
Okay.
I can visualize, but I can't draw.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And then I can tell my story. And if I see they get it, then they're able to tap into what I have in here in my heart and convey that. And that's what Bria was able to do perfectly.
Beautifully, yes. Perfectly,
yes. Wonderful. Now, Mr. Jones, with Kamala Harris being the new VP elect, will you guys have other projects that center around her while she's in office?
We have probably not. We just have we have some AKA things we're going to do, especially for her sorority, and we're trying to move into a podcast, kind of like you guys, in the next 6 months.
All right. Okay. Awesome.
And we will stick with what our mission is, and that's satire, making people laugh and happy when they wear our shirts, and it causes discussion, create discussion. Yeah. We're not trying to antagonize anybody. That's not our game.
Okay.
Yeah. When people wear our shirts.
Yeah.
We want to lessen the polarization that's been taking place over the last 4 years.
Yes. And 2020, of course, we hear this all the time. It's been quite a year for so many of us, pretty much all of us. But all of us, and it's not let's go on, not many. What are you most looking forward to in 2021?
Well, I have a family of a lot of women, and a lot of young women too, nieces, a lot older nieces, younger nieces, sisters, and I just want to celebrate African American women and men, and put it out there, because, like I said, you don't see a lot of positive images about us, and that's what I'm all about. And if I have the platform to do that, since this image went viral, then there's a lot more coming for sure.
Yes.
And there'll be stories, the untold stories, let's put it that way, that people have forgotten, that I can bring out, and images, because you notice we don't have any words to a lot of our images. It's just a picture, and then you draw your own. We want to tap into your subconscious, your consciousness with our imaging.
Right. Now, speaking of your family, Mr. Jones, what was the response that you received with the image from your family, from your own family? Yeah.
Well, on November 7th, Saturday, I was asleep. And my cousin called me, who has a very big Facebook and Twitter social media presence in Michigan. And so the 3-hour time difference, and I guess about 6 o'clock my time here, she goes, "Your image has gone viral." And I'm like, "Really? What are you talking about?" There's 50,000 likes and 100,000 likes. And we had put it up about 8 or 9 days prior, but as a tease on Kamala's birthday, which was 10/20/20. And so we put it up just as a tease to kind of introduce the image, with a banner in front of her as she's walking that said "Vote," and some balloons in the back that said "Happy Birthday." So it was introduced on social media, like I said, about 8 or 9 days prior to it going viral. Wow. But then when it did go viral, no one knew who the artist was.
Wow.
They were trying to find us. And then when we emerged, and it's like, no, we did this, and we have it copyrighted and so on.
The artist was asleep.
I just thought we would move, a few T-shirts, because I would just, make a little money to pay for my expenses, a few hundred T-shirts or something, a month. I didn't think we would do what we did. Just put it that way.
You guys did it. You guys did it.
And it's oftentimes the things that we love to do that we naturally do on an ongoing daily basis that we don't think much about, that ultimately ends up catching the attention of so many other people. And we wanted to mention to you that we grew up in the Bay Area. We grew up in Oakland, California.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, my homegirls.
Yes. And so, so Kamala and you, and, that's near and dear to our heart, as far as there's so many great people that have come out of Oakland and the Bay Area. Too many.
Yeah, we sent a lot of shirts. We sent a lot of shirts down there for Willie Brown and her whole Democratic friends, and we got some promotional stuff. And if you give us your address, we send some promotional things your way. Yeah, we got some stuff going to Washington D.C. And again, we want to continue to put out positive images, mostly satire, but whatever the topic is of the day, we just want to have a discussion.
Yes.
And, open discussion. Doesn't matter your political leanings, and have fun.
Yeah.
Basically.
Have fun. Yes. And also, Carl, we have Alfonso McIntosh, as you were mentioning, with your family and the women in your family. He says, Black women are our roots and foundation. And
exactly.
Yeah. And so we wanted to go ahead and just kind of read that comment to you. And before we let you go, we want to ask you, how will you spend your holiday, your Christmas?
Well, give me a minute.
Yes.
This image went viral 3 days after my dad passed.
Okay.
So I kind of look at it as a divine intervention.
Yeah.
So I'm still getting over that, so.
Okay.
And because it wasn't within me that this all happened. It was something bigger than me.
Yes. Well, our sincere condolences to you and your family, and comfort and prayers for you always.
Thank you.
Always. Yes, always. Yeah. And we know that message, because of his connection with your father, has an even greater,
he was the activist.
Yes.
In the family, so
greater impact.
I guess it's in my DNA.
It's in your DNA, and you must. I'm pretty sure. We're pretty sure you're passing it along, and even this image, you will continue to pass it along, like you mentioned earlier, the younger generation. Carl Jones, it's been a pleasure and indeed honor to have you on the Twins and Media Live. You must come back and visit with us soon. And you and yours, happy holidays and a very blessed new year. And we'll go to the website. And again, before you leave, can you give us the website to our viewers?
The website is goodtrouble.com.
Okay.
Trouble spelled with a U, TRUBBLE. Okay. And we rushed to get this website up, and the new site goes up on the 12th. So we had to bump it up a little bit to kind of make it a lot more user friendly, be able to tell our story, and it's a lot more interactive with interviews and different things, and of course merchandise. So we think what you're going to see on the 12th is, what you're going to see now is fine, but the 12th is going to be night and day. Yeah.
Look forward to it.
We'll be there.
Thank you.
Again, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence and the great impact and powerful impact that you have had on our country and continue to have. And we wish you the very, very best. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Be blessed, Jones.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.